I've been training for the toughest cycling event that I've ever undertaken for the last 6 months. I've recently come back from that trip in the French Alps. The event that I was taking part in was called the Marmotte, and it involved a ride of 108 miles, including 4 Category 1 climbs, which included a total elevation of about 17,000 feet. So this is a really tough event for me, probably harder than the Ironman races that I've done in the past. But when I first started training, a person I was training with, wasn't too keen on doing the hard graft right at the beginning. At the beginning of that 6-month training period, I needed to get the good groundwork in right at the beginning, because that's what makes all the difference. And it's very easy to cut short training early on. But the problem with that is that what happens if I miss training sessions at the early part of my training block, and then are unable to complete bigger training blocks later on. When I get to that event, I'm going to be in really big trouble. But two things that I've learned from that event and training for it are these 2 really important things, and I think this fits in really importantly with financial planning, and in particular planning for your financial freedom and financial retirements. So the first really important lesson I think we've all got to learn is we've got to get out of our comfort zone. If we're going to get to where we want to get to, whether that is in cycling and fitness or any other activity, it's just the same as planning for your retirement. You've got to get out of your comfort zone. But the other thing that is really important is starting early, getting in that base early on. It's really important to get the base in early, because it can make all the difference. So in my cycle training, I got the 100 miles in, the 100-mile rides in really early, so that I had a good solid base. So that when I went to do that event, I was well prepared for it and was able to finish it in this particular time that I did it in a personal best time. But the way that relates to planning for retirement is this: if you start to save now, let's say, and you've got 25 years to your retirement, and let's say you put in a hypothetical figure into your retirement plan of £250 a month, and it grows by 5% a year after charges, and the increase in the amount you put in each year is, let's say, 3%. Well, I can tell you that the approximate figure that will grow to in 25 years is this. Yep, that's £199,000. But if you delay that retirement planning by just 10 years, so you've only got 15 years to save, the figure becomes much different. Now wait for it. Yeah, that's £80,000. What a massive difference 15 years can make. So what we take from this is we've got to get out of our comfort zone, and we've got to start early.